That's the American dream. Together we work, together we rise. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris know the dignity of all work and the demand of our dream. But working people are under attack. The wealth gap grows, our middle class shrinks, and poverty persists. Last week, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Our economy is doing good." While 40 million Americans are at risk of losing their homes, 30 million aren't getting enough to eat, and 5.4 million people have lost their health care because of this crisis. He has failed us. But still, I believe in the dream of our ancestors. Together with Joe and Kamala in the White House, we'll raise the minimum wage so no America lives in poverty. Together, we'll fight for those who keep us healthy, who keep us safe, who teach our children. We'll stand for those who cook and serve and clean, who plant and harvest, who pack, and always those who deliver, whose hands are thick with calluses, like my granddad's were, who lifted me high, who held mine when I was a boy. If he was alive, Joe and Kamala, he would be so proud of you. And he'd tell us, take another by the hand.
This is why Joe Biden is a president, man. A true legend and a true icon.
So like his generation, up and out of the Depression, let's now work together and stand together. And America, together, we will rise.
This is my team. You guys build America, not Wall Street. Unions build America.
Right. The Americans just want to live meekly, comfortable. I've got a wife that works as well. We've got a 17 and a 7-year-old at home, and we're still working. Thanks to our international executive board for getting with General Motors and making sure that it's safe for us to return back to work after 8 weeks of being laid off. Now here we are, full blown.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, the future of auto workers in America, and I really believe this, can be as bright as it was back in the late 40s, 50s.
Yes.
Simple reason. It's an iconic industry. It's an American industry. We made it. We made it.
Yes. Thank you.
It's been a very interesting 2020. I've been in the fire service 16 years and never experienced anything like COVID. We had to change our whole tactics, the way we did our day-to-day. And now, had a hurricane that just came in 2 weeks ago, and we were almost right on the eye. I mean, we were doing things we never thought we'd be doing. Having to worry about COVID, almost single dad, I have a almost 5-year-old who's in my world, and I'm very lucky that my parents are retired. My mom actually retired right after my daughter was born. Pre-K, going to the big school, like he says, and then unfortunately all this COVID came in, and now it's all going to be online schooling, which I'm fortunate. I have my parents, but I do have a lot of guys that are double income families, and they're just trying to figure out how they're going to do it with their kids. What arrangements are they going to have to make since they're not going to be going to school? It's going to be all.
We have an ongoing goal of a 5-year goal of buying a house in the next 5 years. So hopefully we'll save.
Look, everybody, you talk about the middle class. The fact that overwhelmingly is building up equity in their home. And that's what gets passed on from one generation to the next, the equity in a home.
The middle class is continuously taking hits, and one of the reasons why we're on this call is we realize how important it is to have you in the White House.
The future really rests on investment. We're going to be investing $2 trillion in infrastructure. bridges, highways, making sure that we have access to do things that really make a difference, like what you're doing at solar facility outside of Harrisburg. You know, I'm a Scranton boy. You know, central Pennsylvania's okay, but, you know, northeast. Keep the faith, guys. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That is a real president.
I know it's not typical for a former Surgeon General to speak at a convention. Surgeons General are appointed by presidents, but our work isn't about politics. Our highest duty is to the public. Our true guide is science, and our job is to speak the truth about public health, even when it's controversial or perceived as political. So here's the truth. Our nation absolutely has what it takes to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic that's claimed tens of thousands of our loved ones. We have the talent, resources, and technology. What we're missing is leadership. We need a leader who works with states to ensure that everyone who needs a test gets one and gets results quickly. A leader who secures a safe, effective vaccine and distributes it quickly and fairly. A leader who inspires us to practice distancing and wear masks, not as a political statement, but as a patriotic duty, a commitment we make to one another. That's why I'm here tonight. Not because of politics or for party, but because I know Joe Biden can be that leader. I've worked with Joe Biden. I've seen how he sits with people in their pain and holds them in his heart. How he pores over COVID briefings, asking smart questions, letting science guide his way, just as he did when managing the Ebola crisis. And 6 years ago, when Joe Biden met my family, many of them immigrants awed to be in the nation's capital, I saw how he kneeled beside my grandmother's wheelchair, took her hands in his, and said, "Thank you for choosing us, the United States of America, as the place to..." Tonight, as a father, son, and grandson, as a doctor who swore an oath, and as an American who loves my country, I can tell you that Joe Biden is the man I trust to look out for my family, and the leader I know will heal this nation.
Hi, I'm Senator Tammy Baldwin. When I was 9 years old, I got sick. Really sick. My parents were the ones raising me, and our family's health plan didn't cover grandkids. They were forced to pay out of pocket for my 3-month hospital stay. I got better, but the insurance companies didn't. They refused to cover me at any cost because I was marked child with a pre-existing condition. We all have stories like this. Stories about a time when the system was rigged against us, when we were counted out, left out, pushed out. Just think of what we've heard these past 4 days. Healthcare professionals who don't have the protective gear they need. Young people whose asthma will get workers who are afraid of losing their jobs. Each story begs this simple, fundamental question, a question that gets to the heart of the choice in this election. What kind of country do we want to be? Do we want to be a country where millionaires get to dodge taxes, or one where working families get a break? Do we want to be a country where medical bills bury people in debt, or one where healthcare is affordable for all, or where tens of thousands of people die from a virus, or where the American dream lives? I think we know the answer to that fundamental question, because most of us want the same things. Good schools in our neighborhoods, racial justice, the freedom to love who we want, dignity in our work, and an economy where small businesses and working families thrive. And over the past months, we've added another to that list, a nation free from COVID. Harris are the only answer in this election. Trust me, they are. You see, there's another part. And grandkids, if they're dependents, can stay on their parents' health insurance. We got that done. And yes, it was a big effing deal. That's the America I know. That's the America I love. And that's the America we will be with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the White House. A nation that plans, a nation that builds, a nation that builds back. Say it with me there at home, a nation that builds back better. Here in Wisconsin, our state motto is just one word.
We lead by the power of our example, not by the example of our power. The only thing that can tear America apart is American self.
Yes, Joe Biden. Yes, Joe.
Tonight, I couldn't be prouder to be a loyal union member, a passionate climate activist, and a patriotic Democrat. Or, as Donald Trump will call me in a tweet tomorrow, a washed-up horse-face no talent has been with low ratings. Well, with all due respect, sir, it takes one to know one. And now I'd like to introduce you to a real American hero, World War II veteran Ed Good.
I am Edward Good. I'm 95 years old. I'm a veteran of World War II and of Korea. When I wear a uniform, I wear only two badges, my parachute wings and the combat infantry badge. I did make one combat jump over the Rhine in Germany, and I'm proud of that. I have been a Republican since the 1960s. I'm a member of the NRA, and I voted for Trump. I think Trump has been the worst president we've ever had, so I'll be glad to see him go. I think Joe Biden will be a great leader for the United States. Like me, on the day of my jump into Germany, I think Joe Biden cares about doing his proper duty for the United States, and if he's elected, that's what he will do.
This year's election is very important. Probably be the most important election we've had in years. I recommend strongly, based on the division in this country created by our current president, Donald Trump, we need to put somebody else in the White House that's going to bring us together. Now, let me just explain. I'm absolutely sure he's going to help us bring this country together once again.
My name is Lakeisha Cole. I met my husband 20 years ago. We started dating while I was in college. Once I graduated from college, we eloped. 2 weeks after that, he deployed.